are new, thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you like what you see, and thank you very much if you are a returning viewer. I really appreciate you coming back. So this video is going to be a little bit of an amalgamation. I will apologise first off because I have not filmed a video for I think 2 months now, which was not the plan, but it is what it is. So we're going to do November wrap up, December wrap up together, and also do a WIP Parade as well today, I think. I did put a little poll up on Instagram of whether I should do like 2 videos, like a Flosstube and a WIP Parade separate, or combine them all together. And you really were not helpful at all, and it was a near enough 50-50 split by the time I filmed this. So I'm just going to lump it all in together because I am now very limited on time, as I did not expect it to take quite so long for me to make a pile of all my WIPs. So we will jump straight in. Not really much to update you on. It's been a good couple of months. What did we do? We had a little family holiday with my partner's side of the family. Obviously it was Christmas, which was wonderful. My daughter is just at the age where she's starting to understand what's going on and get all the excitement and the hype. So that was lovely. New Year was very quiet. But other than that, I feel like my whole family has been ill one after the other. Luckily, no one has been struck down with COVID this year. But yeah, I think 3 out of 4 of us have been on antibiotics at some point. And we've just been passing various illness to various, yeah, it's been long and annoying. But finally, I think we're all better now, finally. So yeah. Anyway, I said I was going to get straight into it and then rambled about something else. So let's now get into it. So since I last filmed, I have got 1 FFO, 1 finish, which is actually a start and a finish, and I've definitely got a load of new starts. But I think what I'll do with my new starts is put them in with the WIP Parade, I think. We'll see how we go. So first and only FFO, fully finished object. If you remember in my last video, I had just finished my 2nd snail from the Owl Forest Snail House series, and I have now framed the 2nd snail. So here we go. This is in exactly the same frame as the other one that I finished, and I love it. I think these are the perfect frames for them. So I've got another one of these frames lined up for my next snail. And then I need to start tracking down to see if I can find some more matching ones, because obviously we've got the next 3 following on from these 3 still to do. So there we go, first fully finished object and only fully finished object of the last couple of months. And this was framed by my mum because she's great and I have no patience. So there we go, that's that one. I'm already surrounded by stuff and we haven't even started yet. This is not, just doesn't bode well, but we'll see how we go. So yes, I also had a finish, which was also a start and a finish since I last saw you. So I basically was craving all things Owl Forest, and I also just wanted to start something little. So I started their freebie pattern, which is called Starlings. As I say, this is free on the Owl Forest website, and it's such a cute chart. And I finished it. So here we go, isn't it adorable? I've not ironed it, classic me. There we go. So this is Starlings by Owl Forest Embroidery. I have done this on a Claire Brown fabric. It was in one of her mystery grab bags. I think it's 16 count and I think it is called Sandstorm. But yeah, I think that's come out really well on this fabric. This was stitched 2/1 and it's stitched with the called for Owl Forest threads. So you can actually order a thread pack to go with this pattern. And I'm really glad I did. I think it looks really beautiful. But I will say, if you do order the thread pack, you could probably stitch this about 5 times. They give you so much thread. So yeah, really pleased with that. So I want to get this framed, and I think I'm actually going to pop this in my office in work. It needs some stitching in there, I think. So yeah, there we go. My only finished object. So I think what we'll do is we'll hop straight into the WIP Parade. I think, if my maths are correct, I have 26 WIPs to show you. And I'm pretty sure a good few of these I've actually started since we last spoke. So I've tried, I think I've got them in order of when I started them. So we'll just go through from the oldest right up to the newest. And then when we get towards the ones that I've worked on since I last saw you, I will try and put like a before picture in so you can see the progress I've made since we last spoke, hopefully. I'll see. And as we go along as well, I'll try and put up pictures of what the finished article will look like eventually. So going back to December 2020. So actually my oldest WIP isn't actually that old. Yeah, not that bad. So my oldest WIP is called Winter Wonderland and it's by Historiche Stickmuster. This is what it'll look like when it's done. And I actually think I started this as a stitch along with Shiloh from Stitch MD, I think. Couldn't tell you if there was a hashtag, don't know. She probably finished it a very long time ago. But here is where I'm up to. So apparently this is 11.5% done, so not very much at all. This is on 32 count natural Lucan from Zweigart, and it's stitched with the call for DMC. There's only 3 colours in this. I don't know if you can see the different reds, hopefully. So yeah, that's as far as we've got so far. So a long way to go, but I've been really craving stitching on this recently, so I'm hoping I might get that back out soon. Where to throw these? Let's make a new pile there. Okay, next one is a chessboard. This is Botanical Chessboard by Doodlecraft Design. That's what it will look like when it's done. So it's really beautiful, but very intricate and very large. And here is where I'm up to. Now I have tried to do like 25/7, which is where you stitch on 25 minutes or do 25 stitches every day. I've tried doing that and it's not worked. And I think it's just because, which way round does this go? I don't know. But anyway, here it is, very creased. That's as far as I've got. So yeah, I've tried doing like something to try and get this done, and it's not working. So I need to, maybe I should try again now it's the new year. Sorry, I'm trying to get control of this fabric. So that's where we're up to. So I thought I'd try and get the boxes done, and then once that was done, I could then go back and just fill it in and it'd be much easier, but clearly that's not going to plan so far. So this is stitched on, I think it's 20 count Ada, and using the call for colours, and I think it's all DMC. There might be a Krynic in there somewhere when I get to it, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's where we are. Clearly a very long way to go. And it's so beautiful, the finished result. I just need to, yeah, work out how to get past all the boxes. Speaking of boxes, that brings us on to my next WIP, which is another Botanical Blackwork piece. This is Botanical Blackwork by the Steady Thread, which is last year's stitch along, which, I mean, it's barely even a WIP because I barely started it, but I really want to do it because it looked so beautiful, and seeing everyone's finishes really makes me want to do this. So that's as far as I've got. One measly little box in the middle. So yeah, I mean, we've moved on to this year's stitch along, which I'm not going to do because I've not finished last year's. We'll try and get to it this year. Oh, I didn't tell you the dates. So the Botanical Chessboard I started on Boxing Day, so the 26th of December 2020, and Botanical Blackwork is the first piece from this year that I still have, which I started on the 11th of January 2021. Yeah, right. Okay, next we have the Modern Folk Embroidery 2021 stitch along, which is called Fruits of Plenty, which obviously is now finished, and obviously I have not finished it. So I have not made any further progress since you last saw this one. This is what it will look like when it's done. I'm sure you've seen this everywhere because there's loads of gorgeous finishes floating around Instagram. And this is where I'm up to. Sorry, my little boy's toy has just gone off in the background. Sorry if you can hear that. So this is where I'm up to. So I've done 4 parts of this one and I absolutely love it. I really want to get back to this. Yeah, but clearly I have a long way to go still. So this is stitched on 32 count natural lucan by Zweigart, and I stitched this using the colours that Jacob used in the model, which I think is 932 DMC and 3750, I think. Should have written that down. So yeah, that's this one. I know there is a stitch along running this year for this one, run by Crisscross Stitch. And I'm kind of tempted to pick this up when they get to April, well May, when they get to May this year, but we'll see. But yeah, love that one. Next we have Disney Princesses, which is by Happy Sloth Designs. I'll pop a picture in of what it will look like when it's done. So I've already done a few in this similar design. I've done a couple of Star Trek ones for my partner, which I finished, and this is where I'm up to on this one. So this one I am at about 44% done. So I've got all the outline done, it's just a case of filling it in. So this is where we're up to. So this is stitched on 16 count white Ada. Yeah, like it. Just need to colour it in. I'm rubbish with these dates. Modern Folk Embroidery I started on the 15th of January and Disney Princesses I started on the 28th of January. Okay, moving into February last year, 2021. I started Mini Sunflower Cottage by Dona Gelsinger, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'll pop a picture in of what it looks like. I'm sure everyone's seen this. This was the stitch along I started with Darcy Cameron. Loads of people have done this, loads of people have finished it. Me and Darcy are probably the furthest behind of everyone. I will get back to it, I promise. So I've not done this since I last saw you. This I'm stitching on 25 count easy count. And that's where I'm up to. That toy's going off again. I'm gonna have to go and turn that off in a minute. So yeah, this is where we're up to with my beautiful needle minder from Crafty Emily. Yeah, I love it. I don't know what is stopping me coming back to this. Really need to get some more work into this. So this has been stitched 1/1 full cross, and I love it. I think we're using the hashtag mini, no we're not. Sunflower Cottage style is the hashtag we're using for this one. So yeah, there you go. That one I started on the 25th of February. Next we have Colours of Summer by Stitchrovia. Now there is a series of these like seasonal swatches, I suppose we'd call them. I've started with summer. I want to do them all, but that's as far as I've got. Again, barely a WIP, but it started. Did I put a picture in? I'll pop a picture in of what it should look like when it's done. This is either 18 or 20 count, I'm not sure. Just plain white Ada from Zweigart. I'd love to do these this year. Unlikely, but we'll see. It'd be nice to get one done. That one I started on the 20th of March 2021. Next I have another Modern Folk Embroidery piece with another measly start. This is Little Bird Quaker by Modern Folk Embroidery. I'll pop a picture in of what it'll look like when it's done. And I love this piece. I don't know why I've not picked it up recently. But this, this is where I'm up to. You can barely even see it. Let's just fold it back up again. So this I'm stitching on 20 count Antique Violet by Zweigart. There you go. That is my tiny start. And this I am stitching with Classic Colourworks Baby Blanket. If you can see that. I just think it's beautiful. And I'm really excited about this combination. So I don't know why I haven't carried on with it. But there you go. That's that one. That one I started on the 24th of April 2021. Then a few days later, on the 30th of April, I started the Frosted Pumpkin Christmas Wreath, which again, you'll have seen everyone stitch and finish. This is what it looks like when it's done. Loads of people have done this one. And I've not even finished part one. If I can grapple with my fabric. That's it. A bit of a roof with Father Christmas's legs sticking up the top. This I'm stitching on 32 count natural Lucan by Zweigart. And that's it. Again, would love to make some more progress on that this year, but we'll see how we get on. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna keep looking down. My notebook's in front of me with all these dates and figures and things on. Next, in May, I started Masquerade, which is by Taylor and Cromwell on Etsy. I'll pop a picture in of what it should look like. So this is obviously a Phantom of the Opera inspired piece. This I did have as my work project, so it lives in my bag, hence the crumbled up state of it. And this is as far as I've got because I very rarely take my lunch break. So yeah, that's as far as we've got at the minute. This is on a 16 count fabric by Claire Brown. I think it's called Cherry Blossom. Yeah, Cherry Blossom. Again, this was from one of her mystery grab bags. And that's where we're up to. There's not actually that more to do on this. I think it's literally just got like a mask here and maybe a few more words. But that's it. I should just get that done. Maybe I should take it out of my bag because it's clearly not being touched there. That was started on the 5th of May 2021. Next, that toy again. I'm hoping you can't hear it, but then I just look stupid, keep going on about that toy going off. Next, I have another Heaven and Earth Designs. Is this my only other one? No, I have one more. So this is Quick Stitch Blue Butterfly by Ching, Chou, Kuik, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'll pop a picture in of what it will look like when it's done. This is a teeny tiny Haid, and I started this with Jemima, the rocking stitcher. Has she finished? No, she's not finished it, but she can't be far off. This is where I'm up to. I didn't make a note of the percentage, so I'll try and pop it on screen if I can. This is stitched on 25 count antique white from Zweigart. 1/1 full cross. Beautiful colours. Just needs me to sit down and do it. That was started on the 15th of May 2021. Next we go back to Modern Folk Embroidery again. This was one I started after asking for help with what to do on this fabric. Yeah, and I didn't really get very far again. So this is, I'll pop, did I put a picture in already? Anyway, there's a picture if I didn't. This is as far as I've got on this one. A few letters, that's it. But this fabric is another Claire Brown piece called Moulin Rouge. What is this? 16 count? 18 count? 16 or 18. But I think this will look so cool when it's done, and I don't know why I haven't done it. I'm not sure I'm going to do the full pattern. I might leave off like the border, but we'll see how we go. But that I'm stitching using DMC 3830 I've gone for this one. And that is it for that so far. That was started on the 10th of July 2021. Also in July, I started the Our Year Sal from Historical Sampler Company. That is now way finished, so I'll pop a picture in of what it'll look like when it's done. And this is as far as I've got with it. That's it. Sort this fabric out again. There you go, that's as far as I've got with this one. Did I start this? I think I started this for Joe's birthday, Belushi stitches, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, that's it. This is on 16 count natural Ada. I think I've got the full kit for this one. So yeah, that's that one. Next, 18th of July 2021, that was started. Next we have Victorian Charm from Dimensions. This is my first Dimensions kit, I think. So this is what it looked like when it's done. You'll have seen this everywhere. This was inspired by Lauren from Flosstube and Sean, Craft Creating Creations, I think. They've both done it. Or I think Sean's just started it, but Lauren finished this and it looks stunning. This I started on the 20th of August, around my birthday, and also Evelyn Across the Pond's birthday, I believe. And I didn't get very far, that's it. So this I'm stitching on 18 count navy Ada, which just came with the kit, using the called for threads. I did find I needed to concentrate on this quite a lot, hence why it's probably not come back out since. But I love it. I love the finished design. I need to get back to that. Is there any of these I haven't said I need to get back to? Next, I feel like I'm out of breath rattling through these as quick as I am. Next we have my final Hade, which I've started, which is Quick Stitch Fairy Monster. This is by Lisa Victoria and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'll pop a picture in of what it'll look like when it's done. I haven't got very far on this at all. That's as far as I've got. But this one I started with Claire from Stitched Lit. I started this on the 29th of October. This is stitched on 25 count Lugana. Oh dear, words are going from me. 25 count Lugana, and I've tried 10th stitch for this one, or half stitch. And I was really enjoying it. Again, I don't know why this has been put down for so long. So yeah, that's that one. That's my final Hade, I believe. Right, Christmas stitching I then started. So this next one I started on the 19th of September 2021, and this is Lucky Nutcracker by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Now I have been working on this one. I think we're now into the ones that I've been working on since I last saw you. So I'll pop a picture in of what it will look like when it's done, because this is now finished. Last time I think I'd started part 4, I think. I'll pop a picture in of where it was. And here's where we are now. So it's so close to being done. This is stitched on 16 count white Ada. So as you will have seen, I have done all this since last time, and I'm on the final part, which is down here. This little Mouse King is finished. All I need to do is finish the rocking horse. He's just got his little rockery bit to do, and then like there's some holly around here just to match this other side, and that'll be done. So I'm hoping in the next week I can finish that, and then that'll be one off the list. So yeah, I'll be really pleased to get that one done, ready for next Christmas. And I've seen a finish this morning of it made into a cushion, and it looked really, really good. So I'm going to have a little word with my mum at some point when this is finished and see if she thinks she could get that done for me, maybe for next Christmas. I think that'd be so cute as a little cushion. That one, oh yeah, I told you when that one started. Well done me. Next one I have is Christmas Magic by Little Dove Designs, which is another Christmas stitch along. I started this 2 days later on the 29th of September 2021. I feel like I've lost my needle binder that was on this. Last time you saw this, hang on, here's what it looked like when it's finished, because it's now finished. And also here's where it looked like last time. So I believe I'd done the first 3 parts last time. So I've not done a whole lot more on this, but I've done the next part, part 4, which was that middle section there. And I must say my French knots are really coming along now. So I've got 2 more sections to do on this, which I may pick up once I've finished Lucky Nutcracker. We'll see how we go. So yeah, we've got 2 more parts down here, and then I've still got the border to finish. This is stitched on 32 count even weave, like a grey spotty, is it called petty point or something? But yes, I love this fabric. I've actually bought some more fabric the same as this because I've loved it, using it so much. Don't know what I'm going to stitch on it, but I really like it. Next I have the Cryptids stitch along, which is coming along. It's still not finished. I think there are 4 more to be released, I think, but I'll pop a picture in of where we're up to at the moment. And I've definitely worked on this one as well, so I'll pop a picture in of where I was last time. And I think I only had 1 done last time, and I did say I wanted to do at least another one, and I did. I actually did another 2. So here's where I'm up to now. So we've done the Nightcrawler and also Enfield Horror, and I'm working on, well, I started the next one, which I can't even remember which one it is. But yeah, really, really, really enjoying stitching on this. Looking forward to getting back to it. I mean, I'm not going to catch up, but it'd be nice to get a little bit further on it very soon. That one, sorry, I've stitched on, I started this on the 26th of September, and I'm stitching this on Zweigart Vintage Mocha, 20 count. I thought my partner was home then and I had to majorly rush through, but not quite. Right, next one, in fact, this is the last one that you've seen, and then we're into new starts. So this is the Stockings Were Hung by the Tiny Modernist, which is another Christmas stitch along. I don't think it was finished last time, but I'll pop a picture of it now finished. We've got the whole design now. I haven't made any progress on this since last time, so there's no point showing you, but that's as far as I am. So just that little bit of the second part done for this one. This one I'm stitching on 28 count 28 count linen from DMC. I think the colour's called Air Force Green, using the called for threads. I think there's a mixture of Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colour Works. Yeah, I've not got back to this one yet, but I think it's the fabric that's putting me off. I should carry on with it and give it a bit more of a go, but yeah, we'll see how we go. I love the finished design now. I think it looks really beautiful, so it'd be great to get that finished by next Christmas, but I would say that was probably unlikely to be done. Oh no, now I've got needle binders all stuck together. Okay, so now we're into new starts. That last one I started on the 26th of October, which must have been my little boy's birthday start, that one. Okay, yes, so into new starts. So if you remember, I had a number of Christmas stitch alongs I'd signed up to. So there was I think I'd signed up to 2 more. One of them I've still not started. I will get to it at some point. But the one I did start was Noel by Satsuma Street. So I'll pop a picture of what this will look like when it's finished. And I love the finished design. This is as far as I've got though, which isn't very far. So this is just on the N in the middle there. This is stitched on, I think it's 32 count platinum from Zweigart, I think. I didn't write that down. I should have done. So this one I started on the 23rd of November. I don't know what it is about this one. I love it. I love the finished design. I love the colours, but I just couldn't warm to stitching on it at all. I don't know if it's because there's quite a lot of colour changes or what, I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't really enjoying stitching on this. I'm not gonna abandon it yet though. I'm gonna come back to it at some point and give it another go. Because as I say, I love the finished one. I just, yeah, I don't know, something was not, maybe it was just the time. I think that was at the start of everyone being ill, so maybe that's what put me off it. So I will come back to it at some point. Next, I have my next Snail house from Owl Forest Embroidery. Had I started this last time? I can't remember. If I had, well, I'll put a picture of what it looked like when it's done. And if I had started it, I'll put a picture in of where I was last time. But I can't remember whether I just finished the second one and hadn't got onto this one yet. I can't remember. Anyway, this is a stitch along I'm doing with Joe from Belushi Stitches. Snail House, hashtag Snail House Saturday we're calling this. So we try and stitch on this every Saturday. In my case, it usually ends up being Snail House Sunday because I forget on the Saturday. And Joe, I think she even had Snail Maison Monday this week. So yeah, anything goes really. But this is where I'm up to with it. And as with the other ones, I adore these patterns. They're so much fun to stitch. This is, I don't know if you remember me saying, but the last one, the Forget Me Not one, I found quite hard to stitch. I loved it, but I found it quite hard compared to the strawberry one. This is not as easy as the strawberry one, but it's still easier than the last one. So this is the Snail House Lily of the Valley from Our Florist Embroidery. All I've got left to do, there's like some vines that go around the edge and the bottom. So I'm looking forward to getting back to that. This is stitched on the 32 count Belfast linen that came with the kit, and also the called for Owl Forest threads. So yes, love that one. And super excited to move on to the next 3 snails this year. Once that one's done. I'm sitting on the floor for too long again. Ow. So that one I started on the 27th of November. Next page of my book, which I'm turning the wrong way. Right. Then we moved into December, which we called Dinosaur December. So this month, or last month now, we wanted to stitch on anything dinosaur related throughout the month of December. And I started out really well. This is with Joe from Belushi Stitches as well. And I've definitely seen some other people jumping on board with this one as well. So our main plan was that we wanted to start Dinosaur Forest from Our Forest Embroidery. I'll pop a picture in of what it looks like when it's finished. So this I started on the 1st of December. And this is where I got to. So it's coming along nicely. This is stitched on, I got this as a kit, so it's on 32 count Belfast linen, using the called for Owl Forest threads. And strangely, we noticed like this dinosaur here is quite blue. And my blue thread seems to be much bluer than the one in Joe's kit. So obviously just different dye lots. But yeah, I love how different these come out with the variegated threads. And I love this little guy down here. I think he's so cool. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. And I actually stitched on this pretty monogamously for a good couple of weeks, I think it was. Maybe even 3 weeks. No, I don't know. But either way, this was prime ill time, so really didn't get as much done as I'd hoped. But yeah, I love it. I can't wait to get back to it. I think what I'm going to do is carry on with the middle. And then there's a border that goes the whole way around the edge. So I think I'm going to save that till the end and do that all together. But yes, absolutely love that one. I'm so pleased that we got that one started. And then on the 23rd of December, I decided I really should start something else dinosaur related. So I started on these little smalls from Julian Jones. This was in the Cross Stitcher December edition, which looks like this. Yeah, so, and I've started with this little chappy up here. So these are by Julian Jones. Did I say that? I can't remember. And this is as far as I got. I literally only did like a night's worth on this. So I'm stitching this. I just had a look in my stash for some scraps of fabric. So this is a 16 count Ada in grey. I can't remember if this grey has a name, but it's just a really pale grey. And I think I'm using near enough all the called for DMC. There may be a few that I've substituted. But yeah, that's as far as I've got with that one at the minute. But they're so cute. I'd love to have at least one of them finished for next Christmas. Next, we're nearly there, I think. Next, I have the Nutcracker Village. So this is, I think it's going to be an 11-month-long stitch along. This is from Country Cottage Needleworks. This is basically released in like 11 different sections. and you get like the individual paper pattern each month. So that's where we're starting with this one. So yeah, that's where we're going to start with this one, which is in the middle. And I think you can either stitch these as like individual little designs, or you can stitch it all together with this in the middle, which is what I'm doing. So this is in the middle, and then there's like a village that goes around the outside. I think there's like a little teaser, which if I can find it, I will pop a picture in of what it will look like with bits blanked out. I've left this one in the hoop because I've been working on this one recently, but I started this on Christmas Eve, on the 24th of December. I started this, and here's where I'm up to. Now I don't know if you can see that fabric. Maybe I should have taken it out the hoop, but it's sparkly and it's beautiful. I've never stitched on sparkly fabric before, and I love it. So this is on, oh no, my next one is stuck to the back. Hang on. There you go. So this is stitched on a 32 count raw silver from I think it's Zweigart. And yeah, that's where I'm up to. So this is stitched with mainly classic colourworks with a few DMC. And I love it, but it's actually deceptively big, this piece. I thought this would take not long at all to stitch, but again, these massive Christmas trees, and I've still got another one I need to do on the other side over here. But yeah, I think it's beautiful, this pattern. And obviously the fabric, did I get this from Patchwork Rabbit or Peakside Needleworks? I can't remember. I'll pop on the bottom which one it was, but they did a auto shipment, I think it's called. So they automatically send you each part as they receive it, but they also can kit it up for you. So they sent the fabric, and you can say whether you want the threads as well, whether you just need the classic colourworks or whether you need the DMC as well. So I asked for the fabric, and I also asked for the classic colourworks. And I think, because they've sent one of each colour for now, but I think as we go through, when you need more skeins of the classic colourworks, they send you some more. So yeah, I really like that. So handy. So yeah, that's that one. Started on Christmas Eve, I think I said. Right, 2 more to go, and then I think we're done. I'm actually making quite good time, I think. So I then started the sampler of the months from Country Cottage Needleworks from last year. So these were released throughout the year last year, and I'm starting with January. So I collected these up throughout last year in the hope of starting them. I even like had all my fabric cut out ready to go, and I just never got around to doing it. So I thought I'd try and stitch them in the correct month as we go through this year, but we'll see. So if you can see that, that is what the first one will look like. I started this on the 29th of December, and this is as far as I am so far. So we've got the tiny little house done in the middle, which I really enjoyed stitching. So this is on 32 count natural Lucan from Zweigart, and this is stitched in the called for colours, which are, I think they're all classic colourworks of these ones. As you can see, I've really ventured into my fancy flosses this last month. So yeah, that's that one. So these are tiny. I'm hoping these will stitch up really quickly, and then I can move on to February. In February is the plan. But I will do a plans section at the end of this video, and you will see that my plans are probably impossible, but we'll see how we get on. And then finally, we have my final start, which I think brings us to number 26. I started this yesterday, which was New Year's Day. This was my New Year, New Start, which I did with Joe from Belushi Stitches, because we are back again with a new Caterpillar Cross Stitch stitch along. So if you've been watching for a while, you will know that we have done Hello Pumpkin as a stitch along in the parts originally released by Sally, which was, that was a 5-part stitch along. And we also did Deck the Halls, which was the Christmas stitch along from a few years ago, which we did as a 6-part stitch along as originally released by Sally. And we really enjoyed doing them so much that we decided to do a new one. However, this time we're doing one that is a pattern that was just released as a whole rather than as a stitch along. And it is Hello Petal, which is my final tree in the Hello series. Can we see that from here? You'll have all seen this anyway. So it's the final tree, it's the spring tree. Loads of people have already done this, but if you haven't, please feel free to jump on board. So we've split this tree into 4 parts. I'll pop a picture in of roughly how we've split it up. We're starting with the trunk section in January, and we'll do the following 3. I'm not sure what order yet. Yeah, we'll do the following 3. So the final month of this will be April. So we'll still get a little bit of spring to be able to display it if you're very quick at fully finishing things. So yeah, please join us. We'd love to have some more people join us for this one. Joe has come up with the hashtag for this one, and we've gone for Hello Petal, a nice spring in your step. Yeah, really pleased with this one. So yeah, we started this one last night, and this is as far as I've got so far. So it's only a tiny little start. But yes, I really like it. So yes, as I said, the trunk is going to be the first part, which has got the sheep and the little bird's nest thing next to it. I think I'm going to do some colour changes as I go on this one. I know Beth from Stitch with Beth, or is she now Beth Chadwick? Beth has done some colour changes that I really like. Also, Sarah the Clumsy Stitcher did some that I really, really like. And Evelyn and Sean have also done some colour changes. And maybe Morgan, the Honeybee Stitcher as well. So I'm going to have a little look through their videos and pictures on Instagram and take a little bit of inspiration from them and alter probably something on the sheep I'd like to change the colour of. I'd like to change the rabbit from pink maybe to a grey. And the mouse I may change very slightly. I think he's grey and brown at the minute, but I might make him all one colour. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how we go. So that is it. That is my 26 WIPs. Nearly all started in the last year. Yeah, and some of them really haven't got much started at all. So I'd really, really love to get some more progress on some of those this year. Lucky Nutcracker will definitely be finished in the next week or 2, hopefully. Where else are we up to? I'd love to get Dinosaur Forest finished this year. Sorry, I'm going to go back through my notes of them so I can see where we're up to. I would love to get the Snail will definitely be finished this year, this Snail, and hopefully a couple more. And the Little Dove Christmas Stitch Along. Yeah, and there's definitely some others I can get done this year for sure. However, there's lots and lots of things that I'd love to start this year. I will go through what me and Joe have already planned. We had a lovely chat the other day, having a catch up and working out what our plans are for the next year-ish. There'll be plenty more that gets thrown into this, but for now, this is what we're going for. So our January to April stitch along, as we've already said, is Hello Petal. We are then going to do another Caterpillar cross stitch along from April to August. This one we are going to do Adventure Awaits from Caterpillar cross stitch. I'll pop a picture in of what that looks like done. So this was a stitch along from a few years ago, I think. I don't know how many parts this is in, but I think we're going to split it into 4 or 5. April, May, June, July, August. 5, I think we're going to split this into. So there'll be a slight overlap with finishing Hello Petal and starting Adventure Awaits. But yes, Joe came up with the idea of the Adventure Awaits A to A, April to August. I thought it was clever anyway. So yes, if you have that one in your stash, feel free to join us with that one come April. And then to wrap up the year, I think from August to December, we'd like to do the Doreen Jones Orange Wreath. I don't know if it has another name, but I'll put a picture in of what it looks like when it's done. Pretty sure Evelyn from Evelyn Across the Pond has already done this one and finished it. And I love it. I think it's beautiful. So we're really, really excited to stitch that, ready for next Christmas, hopefully. I don't know if we'll split that pattern up or just do it, I'm not sure yet. We'll work that one out nearer the time. But again, if you're wanting to stitch that one, feel free to hold out till August to start that with us. So those are our sort of shorter stitch alongs, and then we have a couple of, no, hang on, we have one of our stitch alongs to do and then a few others that we're doing anyway. So the other one that we are going to do is going to be a year-long stitch along, which is Under the Sea from Lakeside Needlecraft. I'll pop a picture in of this, what this looks like when it's done. So this, I believe, was a stitch along from Kate and the team a few years ago. And I think this was a year-long stitch along at the time. But what we've decided to do, we're going to start now, so January, right through to December, and we're going to split the pattern into 12 parts. Now, when we've looked at the pattern, there looks like roughly 12 like big things on there. So whether it be an animal or a mermaid or whatever, there's roughly 12, I think. I think there's like 4, 4 and 4, I think. So what we're going to do is each month stitch one of those and then like some things in the surrounded area. So it's not like a really strict stitch along in that like this is this month's part. It's kind of like this-ish, this general area is this month's part, if that makes sense. So yes, we're starting that one this month. We don't have a hashtag for that yet. I'll get Joe on the case with that one. So yeah, if you want to join us with that one, please feel free. And then the other things that I'm planning on starting, I think Joe is actually doing these as well, but there's plenty of other people doing these ones. So we are doing the, oh, I put it out of reach. Ugh. So we're going to do the Year in the Woods stitch along, which is from Cottage Garden Samplings. You'll have seen loads of people start this one. So this is another year-long stitch along, 12 parts. I'll pop in a picture of the, it is a mystery, but they've put out the thing with like little gaps so you can see little bits through it. You'll see what I mean, I'll put the picture in. And the first part is the fox, which is beautiful. I completely fell in love with this pattern when I saw it. So this is stitched, the plan is it's stitched in 4 blocks, each block with a different fabric, different colour. So the first one, I might as well get this out while I've got it in front of me, is Picture This Plus Mirage, I believe it's called. And it's absolutely beautiful. So that's this fabric for this one. I have a slight issue in that over in the UK I can't yet get hold of any of the other fabrics. I think they're all Picture This Plus, but we'll get to that further down the line because I don't think this is gonna be a very quick stitch. I think this is going to take me longer than I think. My other problem at the moment is this calls for 2 Gentle Arts threads, one of which I have chalk, the rest are DMC, but it also calls for burnt orange. Now I could substitute it out for the DMC, but I really would quite like to stitch it in the burnt orange, but that is sold out everywhere in the UK that I can see. So if you can find burnt orange in the UK, please can you let me know where, and I can immediately get on and find it. Chalk was a bit hit and miss for a while. It was out of stock for ages and it finally came back in. I think between me and Joe, we were pouncing on the website immediately to get it bought. So yeah, if you spot burnt orange anywhere in the UK or somewhere that's not very expensive to ship to the UK, please let me know and I can get that done. So yeah, that's part 1. And then part 2, I don't think it's arrived anywhere yet, but they've put a picture in of what part 2 is, which is, I'll put here, it's the swans and it's beautiful. So that will be done on the same fabric, sorry, zip, as the fox. And then it'll be December before we get the final part of those 3 on that fabric. Anyway, my final plan is the Dinosaur ABC stitch along from Cloud's Factory. I just love this. When they finished their last year's stitch along, I think it was called There's No Planet B, I love it. It's really, really cool. I'd love to go back and stitch it, but I think I've got far too much else to do at the moment, so I'm gonna leave that one on the back burner for now. But then they announced this year's, and they kept putting little teasers up, and when they released it and said it was a dinosaur ABC, I went into a little meltdown mode. So yes, I love it. It's gonna be obviously an ABC of dinosaurs. I'll pop the sneak peek in that they've sent out, which I love. I think it looks so cool. However, I do think this is going to be quite a hefty pattern. Yeah, I think it's going to take some stitching. I did have an issue on this one in that they've used a fabric that is not really available over in the UK. It's hard to get over here. I could have bought the kit, but it would have worked out quite expensive, I think. So I've decided to sub in a fabric. I think I'm going to use one of the Lakeside Needlecraft Fabric of the Months that they sent a few months ago. I think it's called Mottled Sage, but I need to do a floss toss with a couple more of the colours that I don't yet have. I think there's a few of the greens that are quite similar-ish, so we'll see. Anyway, I feel like I've rambled about plans more than I did my actual WIP Parade. Anyway, those are my plans for the next month and year. I'm sure that there'll be plenty more starts thrown in. I'm going to leave whole for this time. Yeah, I think I've ravaged on for long enough. So thank you very much for watching. I will try my best to come back end of January, start of February, but we'll see. Yeah, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like and drop me a comment. I love answering your comments. If there's any questions or anything I missed out of the WIPs that you'd like to know, if I missed out any fabric or threads or whatever, I probably have. So please feel free to ask and I'll answer them in the comments. And yeah, I will see you very soon. Happy New Year. Goodbye.